Why is
What is up, boys and girls? Welcome back to another Nutty Company video. Today, we got some stuff to do. So I finally ordered some parts for my GS300 daily. What's really funny is I actually made a whole video of me trying to trade this car. His car had broken down the day of the sale, and I've been driving this thing around. I realize I love it, but it needs some work, it needs some love, and we're gonna try and give that to it today. Plan for today is to install a new MAF sensor. We have a hesitation at 3,300 RPM to about 4,000. I've replaced a couple of things on the car. I've sprayed down the whole intake side for intake leaks. I haven't found any leaks, so I'm believing it's a sensor issue. I'm also replacing this O2 Bank 1 sensor one back there. It needs replaced. It has a heater code, so what the hell are the parts for that? I got this bit. I got this thing. This is one of them oxy sensors. They do something like sniff oxygen. And then MAF sensors in there. And the cool thing we get to do this car today, you know, it's not cool. Coilovers would have been better. But I did get a set of lowering springs with the car when I purchased it. They're Godspeed Traction S coilovers in a beautiful color, blue. I did purchase some wheels for this car. These are ESR SR08s. They are 19 by 10.5, 22 offset. So they are massive. I only brought one today because I need to just test how they're gonna fit with the lowering spring. The lowering springs aren't gonna lower it enough to where I'd be issue with a fender to lip fitment, or a fitment issue I should say, because it's not gonna be fender to lip at all with lowering springs. But it being a 10.5 wide, I need to figure out if it's gonna fit inside of the wheel well on the inside. And if it doesn't, what we'll end up doing is buying 9.5 22s for the front. And that way they fit well in the front. And honestly, I could use those for my Mustang now that I think about it. Well, we're not gonna start thinking about that shit. Anyways, let's get started. We're gonna get started with this MAF sensor. Alright, so to start off, I got this MAF sensor. Man, these things are so simple to replace. Like, if you ever get a check engine light, you scan it, you get a MAF sensor code, you can replace it. This one is beyond easy. So it's just two 10 mils, loosen those up, unplug the sensor. I pulled it out, checked the gasket. Gasket's fine, so it didn't come with a new one anyways, so just put it all back on, tighten it back up, and that was that. That's a 5-minute job. Yeah, not hot at all. Lay the 2 bolts, throw that in. I kind of want to start it up to see if it has any difference from startup. We'll turn it on, see if it starts up a little easier. Well, it does rev a little freer. Oh, at least it works. We know that for a fact. Can't really tell if it's fixing it though. So we'll throw the O2 sensor in next. Alright, so I'm moving on to the O2 sensor. This is easy. This is a Bank 1 sensor, so it's right in front. I was able to just take a 22, loosen it right up. It has some clip-in tabs you have to remove, but no big deal. Sensor connector is on the front, so literally easy to grab. This is probably the easiest O2 sensor I've ever replaced. And it has been replaced before by the previous owner, but since it had the heater code, I'm assuming it was bad. Just went ahead and bought a new one to hopefully help my lean issue because I'm pretty worried. I'm at this point in time, I'm not thinking that this MAF has fixed the issue, and so I'm hoping that this O2 sensor will fix it. We're running lean. Oh man, I'm really hoping the MAF fixes that, because that is indeed a lean fucking running engine. Shit's white. Let's pray it gets fixed, because honestly, I don't know where to go from here with it, other than maybe doing a fuel induction service. But let's hope it fixes it. Well, hey, it's plugged into its plug, and it is threaded into its threads. It might just be a longer loom because it is a rock auto part, so we'll see if that helps. I hope it does, man. I really do. Those two sensors are installed. I don't really hear a difference in idle or revving so far, so I'll just have to take it on a drive after this. But now we get to do the fun mod. Get to install the lowering springs. To remove all of this to get to the rear bolts. I don't know, I didn't even look it up. I just kind of going off of what I know. So let's take these wheels off first. So the fronts are gonna be as simple as it gets. You guys got the bolts up top, and you have one bolt on the bottom connected to your lower control arm. The rear one, look how this shock's made. It's like it's made upside down. Probably why it handles so well. But gotta get these lubed up because this car has 288,000 miles on it, and these might not come out. I've seen GS's where those aren't reinstalled. So in the future, I may be doing a rear subframe on this car. It's not bad right now, but it's got some good surface rust. Just coat it down with some bum right now. Basically, I'm using hand tools to loosen everything, and then switching to power tools. That way we don't start snapping shit. It's never a good day when a bolt snaps. All these bolts are crusty as fuck. Can't forget there's a top plate for these that sits on the top to reinforce it. Definitely want to make sure you reinstall that, because if you don't, you might rip a strut through Strut Tower, and then all of a sudden, all the E36s are laughing at you. I poke fun at E36s because I once owned one. I owned a 98 E36 328i manual. It was silver, 4-door. Love the sedans for some reason. It's really 101. And I actually ended up ripping a strut through the Strut Tower. So, yeah. If y'all are upset about that, legal laws. Alright, and the final bolt we gotta get out is this one. There we go. So, I'm gonna have to take the sway bar link out. God damn it, how many times I gotta say it? Wear eye protection. What are you, stupid? You wanna go blind? You never want to drift again? Cut it out. Grow up.
So from here, I went ahead and removed the upper ball joint. The A-arm just wasn't allowing me to get the movement I needed. So went ahead and hit that with a hammer a couple times, came loose really quick. And it doesn't take any extra time, you know, just remove one more component. Went ahead and got it out.
And for now, I'm just putting the ball joint back inside of there so it doesn't tug on that brake thingy. Okay, got the first two struts out. We have two strut decompressors. Which one do you think we should use, Aaron? Should I try that strut decompressor or that one's Old
honestly,
Faithful?
Old Faithful, in my opinion, is a little safer.
Okay.
The other one, being pneumatic, it has this issue where if you step on it, like you step on the pedal to compress, and then you let off, it doesn't stop compressing.
Yeah, okay. Old Faithful. What's that bolt look like on the top?
Possibly 17.
There we are. Getting the new springs set up. Shocks apart. Looks like they've been replaced. There's a 70 on it, so maybe maybe it's 70K they were replaced, but that doesn't do this car any good. Who would have thought lowering springs to install? We're gonna do a trick I learned from an old coworker, Earl Smith, where you take a hose clamp, pull the strut as far out as you can, and then clamp it down. Should have a lot more space to install it now.
So I was trying my ass off here to get these on, but there's just a good bit of corrosion on the shock mount, so it was kind of fighting me going in. I think this clip is like sped up 300%. I never get it on this clip. Spoiler alert, but.
I'm just gonna skip ahead. Whew. Got the second one on. Much more of a pain in the ass. It just fought me so much. Listen, this is why I'm not about lowering springs. I am truly a believer in coilovers, but the only reason I'm putting them on is because they're free. So I'm gonna reinstall these things with, we'll use some YouTube magic. One second here. Okay. Man, I wish it was that easy. That was, got it all back in, fought it a little bit. Let's move on to the next one. We gotta do the rears now. I'm not sure how to compress them either. I gotta look at it. And I'm gonna take out the lower control arm. And that means the sway bar also needs to come out.
So I got those 3 top bolts loosened up, was able to move this rear suspension out of the way, got everything down, and removed that John.
Ended up taking the eccentric cams out of the front and pulling down for this side. That bushing's going. And just kind of wiggling it out. Like there's not really a great way to do it. The best way would be completely remove that, but I'm cheap and lazy, so that's what we ended up doing. Let's try and get these things on and get the hell out of here. All right, there we go. Number 2 is on. As you can see, I did paint it. I decided to paint him. I should have done it with these ones, but I didn't. Looks kind of cool in there. Forward progress. I need to take a piss so bad. So I'm gonna do that and then we'll get these things back and installed. Skipped ahead, guys. I'm sorry. I just got ahead of myself. Want to get this done. It's getting late. I have to get out of here. Yeah, all 4 are on. Final things to do. Let's bolt up these wheels and test the fitment of our new ones. I tell you what, when this car is done, it's gonna look sick. At the moment, with how it sits, we have tons of poke, but I can definitely bring that in. Well, I guess the first thing I can do is turn the wheel and see if we have any issues with it touching on the inside. All right, well, with the wheels fully turned this way. Oh, we're good. So we are good. Try the other way now. Cause I guess that's kind of the more important route. And with it this way, wow. Wow, we're good. So we got nothing touching. So we can do a 10.5 wide if need be. I just don't know if we'll need it. I think a 9.5 22 might be the ticket, especially with lowering springs. Since the car isn't going to be as low, it's not going to bring the wheel in as far. So yeah, since it's not going to bring it in as far, we can use a smaller wheel, and the smaller wheel will still fit great. Whew. Some weight reduction on this boat. Tell you what, guys, I'm tired. I'm real tired. And I can't fit this wheel up. I wanted to set the car on the ground with that wheel. I can't do that, so we're just gonna lower it down, see what it looks like. All clear? Let's do it. Remember, the first time it sits down, it's never gonna be at full length. With lowering springs, you have to let them settle in. It's probably only gonna lower the car about 1 inch, but we should see a significant improvement in the front, because the front height was ridiculous. I'm excited though. Oh man, I didn't think about what if I can't get off the lift now. Oh hell yeah. The front sits a lot better. The rear's still in the sky. But like you said, you gotta... Definitely sits a... There we go. Yeah. Hell yeah. Looks a lot better. Looks a lot more like a... It's, you know, this is what you get when you buy lowering springs. You're not gonna get a crazy effect. Hell yeah, we'll still take it. We have to do one more thing today. We have to take it for a drive to see if I even fixed it. Well, I didn't get a chance to align it, so it's off. I'm tired, man. I can't even be enthusiastic right now. I'm so tired. And I think it's still hesitating, which is really unfortunate. I just don't know what the fuck's wrong with it, man. Like, why? I guess I'm gonna have to do a fuel induction service. See if that helps. I don't know. I did just throw 2 cheap parts at it to try and fix it, but oh well. I cannot recommend lowering springs at all. They're just not what you need to be putting on your car to get like 1.9 inch lower. That's not enough for one. If you're gonna be low, you need to actually be low. So yeah, I think eventually I'll throw some coilovers at this thing. But I still had fun with it. I mean, I had fun making this vlog. I had fun having hope that I'd fix the car. No big deal. Let's go see what it looks like when this all settles in. I'm trying to get it to settle pretty good, but they do take a bit. Probably will look a little better when we get home. Let's get home. Yeah, it's lower. Who would have thought? Alright guys, well, that is the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching this shit show of an install. You did miss a couple of things that I just couldn't record, but yeah. Next video is possibly us getting the Mustang out of storage. I'm thinking about pulling it out early because it's February right now and the weather is mint. It's fucking nice out. I don't even have a hoodie on right now. That's awesome. So yeah, let's hope the next video is that. Let's get started on that thing, get it done early in the season so we can just get to fucking racing. That's all. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I don't know why you haven't. You should. Everyone here knows me. Most of all, take it easy.
I was running out of time, running through my mind. I was